Welcome back to our channel. Today we uncover the tragic truth about Barbara Bates, a singer, model, and actress who captured the hearts of audiences with her charm and talent. Barbara Bates, a talented actress known for her role in All About Eve, had a life filled with ambition, talent, and heartbreaking struggles. Her rise from a shy girl to a Hollywood starlet is both inspiring and tragic. But behind the glamour of Hollywood lay a woman battling inner turmoil, depression, and a series of personal challenges. From her rise as a shy teenager turned Hollywood starlet to her heartbreaking struggles and untimely death, Barbara's story is both inspiring and tragic. Join us as we explore the life, career, and legacy of Barbara Bates, a star whose light dimmed far too soon. Barbara Jane Bates was born on August 6, 1925 in Denver, Colorado, as the eldest of three daughters to Eva and Arthur W. Bates. Her father, a postal clerk, worked tirelessly to support the family, while her mother focused on raising their children with care and discipline. From a young age, Barbara's personality was defined by her overwhelming shyness, a trait that made it difficult for her to shine in social settings. However, her reserved nature didn't overshadow her grace, beauty, and quiet determination, traits her mother was quick to nurture. Eva Bates, recognizing Barbara's timid demeanor, decided to enroll her in ballet lessons. These classes were transformative, not only teaching Barbara the discipline and poise required for performance, but also helping her slowly build confidence. Barbara's initial ballet classes were daunting, but as she mastered each move, her confidence grew. Her teacher once remarked that Barbara had a natural elegance that made her stand out even among the most confident students. Through ballet, Barbara discovered the thrill of self-expression, a joy she had never felt before. Through ballet, Barbara discovered the thrill of self-expression, a joy she had never felt before. She began to see glimpses of a world where her shyness could coexist with the spotlight, a place where her inner voice could speak through movement and later through acting. During her teenage years, Barbara's natural beauty became hard to ignore. Her striking features, combined with the elegance she had learned from ballet, caught the attention of local photographers and advertisers. Despite her reserved personality, Barbara was encouraged to try modeling, and soon she began posing for fashion campaigns. For someone as shy as Barbara, modeling was both a challenge and an opportunity, a way to step out of her comfort zone and embrace a new side of herself. Barbara's journey to fame took an unexpected turn when her friends and family convinced her to enter a local beauty contest. At first, she hesitated, doubting whether she could compete against more outgoing contestants. But with the unwavering support of her loved ones, she decided to take the leap. Winning the contest not only validated her potential but also set the stage for the life-changing opportunity that followed. The grand prize was a round-trip ticket to Hollywood, a place Barbara had only seen in magazines and movies. The local community was proud of their small-town girl. Local businesses displayed posters of Barbara, and her school held a special assembly to celebrate her success. Friends and neighbors rallied behind her, holding farewell gatherings and eagerly anticipating news of her success in Hollywood. In 1944, accompanied by her mother, Barbara made the journey to Los Angeles. In 1944, accompanied by her mother, Barbara made the journey to Los Angeles. For a small-town girl from Denver, Hollywood's glamour was both thrilling and intimidating. Arriving in Hollywood felt like stepping into another world. Barbara marveled at the glitzy studios and the bustling streets filled with hopeful starlets. Yet she quickly realized that beneath the glamour lay intense competition and high stakes. The trip was meant to be a short-lived adventure, but fate had other plans. Just 2 days before their scheduled return to Denver, Barbara encountered Cecil Cohn, a publicist for United Artists. Cohn was immediately struck by Barbara's unique combination of beauty, elegance, and innocence. Her shy demeanor only added to her allure, making her stand out in a city full of ambitious starlets. Intrigued, he decided to introduce her to key figures in the entertainment industry, seeing in her the potential for stardom. The media quickly picked up on Barbara's story. Headlines like "Denver Beauty Heads to Hollywood" and "Small Town Girl Makes Big Time Debut" began circulating in local papers, creating buzz about the rising star. Fans in Denver were proud of their hometown girl, writing letters of encouragement and following her journey closely. One admirer wrote in a local newspaper, "Barbara Bates is proof that even the shyest among us can achieve greatness. She's an inspiration to every small-town dreamer." At just 19 years old, Barbara Bates's life took a dramatic turn when she was introduced to Universal Pictures producer Walter Wanger by Cecil Cohn, a publicist for United Artists. This meeting led to Barbara securing her first Hollywood contract with Universal Pictures, a significant milestone for the shy girl from Denver. It was the first step in what seemed to be a promising career, and Barbara wasted no time proving herself in the competitive world of Hollywood. Barbara's first major appearance came in the 1945 film Salome Where She Danced, where she played one of the 7 salon girls. Though her role was minor, Barbara's elegance and charm captured the attention of critics and audiences alike. Out of the 7 actresses featured in the film, only 2 were recognized as future stars, Barbara Bates being one of them. The role, though small, positioned her as a talent to watch, and it seemed like her Hollywood journey was off to a strong start. Behind the scenes, however, Barbara's life was becoming just as dramatic as the film she aspired to star in. During this time, Cecil Cohn, the man who had introduced her to Walter Wanger, became deeply infatuated with Barbara. Cohn, a married man with 5 children, was 45 years old, more than twice Barbara's age. Despite the significant age gap and his family commitments, Cohn was captivated by the young actress's beauty and innocence. The relationship quickly escalated into a romance that would define much of Barbara's personal and professional life. Cohn was so enamored with her that he decided to divorce his wife, a decision that shocked those around him. In a move that reflected the secretive and often scandalous nature of Hollywood at the time, Cohn and Barbara married in secret shortly after his divorce was finalized. Their relationship sparked whispers throughout Hollywood, with many speculating about how Cohn's influence might shape Barbara's career. Cohn made no secret of his determination to turn Barbara into a star, vowing to use his industry connections and expertise to elevate her status. While some questioned the ethics of their relationship, others marveled at the lengths Cohn went to support Barbara's ambitions. For Barbara, the relationship was both a blessing and a burden. On one hand, Cohn's dedication to her success opened doors that might have otherwise remained closed. On the other hand, the scandal surrounding their romance and the pressure to meet the expectations of both her husband and the industry added an emotional weight to her budding career. The media's fascination with their relationship fueled Barbara's growing notoriety. Gossip columns speculated about the dynamics of their marriage, often painting Barbara as a young ingenue navigating the complexities of Hollywood with the support of a powerful and determined husband. Fans, too, were divided. Some admired her beauty and poise, while others questioned the legitimacy of her success. Barbara Bates's career took a significant leap forward in 1947 when she signed with Warner Brothers. Her earlier success as a pinup model had already brought her attention, but Warner Brothers saw in Barbara more than just a pretty face. They recognized her girl-next-door charm, a quality that resonated with audiences of the time. Capitalizing on this appeal, Warner Brothers cast Barbara in notable films alongside Hollywood legends. In June Bride, she worked with the iconic Bette Davis, holding her own in a film that showcased both her versatility and ability to shine in the presence of more established stars. On the set of June Bride, Bette Davis reportedly took a liking to Barbara, offering her advice on navigating Hollywood's pressures. Davis once said, "You've got the look, now show them you've got the guts." She encouraged Barbara to embrace her confidence, a lesson that would serve her well as she continued her rise in Hollywood. She followed this with The Inspector General, a comedic masterpiece where she acted opposite Danny Kaye, whose comedic energy made him one of the era's most beloved entertainers. These roles established Barbara as a talented and reliable actress, but it was her performance in All About Eve, 1950, that solidified her place in Hollywood history. In the film, Barbara played Phoebe, a young and ambitious character whose brief appearance in the final scene left an indelible mark on audiences. Although the role was minor, it was pivotal to the film's overall message, capturing themes of ambition, manipulation, and the cyclical nature of fame. Critics raved about her portrayal, with The Hollywood Reporter calling her performance the perfect conclusion to the film. Barbara Bates comes on the screen in the last few moments to more or less sum up the whole action and point of the story. It's odd that a bit should count for so much, and in the hands of Miss Bates, all the required points are fulfilled, one review noted. Her appearance, holding the award won by Eve Harrington while gazing into a mirror, was a haunting and symbolic moment that left audiences contemplating the darker side of ambition. Fans were captivated by Barbara's ability to convey so much with so little screen time. Letters flooded into Warner Brothers praising her talent and asking when they could expect to see her in larger roles. For many, her role in All About Eve felt like the beginning of something monumental. Both critics and fans believed Barbara was on the cusp of a breakthrough that would place her among Hollywood's brightest stars. Gossip columns and entertainment magazines frequently mentioned her as one of the industry's rising talents, predicting a long and successful career. Despite a promising start in Hollywood, Barbara Bates's career took a sharp downward turn in the mid-1950s. Her natural talent and early successes were overshadowed by personal challenges that began to affect her professional life. Actresses like Barbara were expected to maintain flawless appearances while juggling grueling schedules and public scrutiny, leaving little room for personal struggles. Colleagues described her as withdrawn and unpredictable, with some noting moments of brilliance, followed by emotional breakdowns. Her behavior led to a significant blow when she was fired from the TV series It's a Great Life after just 26 episodes, a devastating loss for an actress who had once been seen as a rising star. Determined to reignite her career, Barbara made the bold decision to move to England, where she signed with the prestigious Rank Organization, a major force in British cinema at the time. Initially, this move seemed like a fresh start. However, her emotional instability proved to be a persistent obstacle. Barbara was replaced in multiple roles before production even began, frustrating directors and producers who had initially admired her talent. By 1957, the Rank Organization had terminated her contract, leaving Barbara at a crossroads. Returning to the United States, Barbara faced not only career challenges, but also personal struggles that would further complicate her life. Her husband, Cecil Cohn, who had played such a pivotal role in her early career, was diagnosed with cancer in 1960. The diagnosis prompted Barbara to step away from acting entirely to care for him. While her decision reflected her devotion to her husband, it also placed immense stress on her already fragile emotional state. The weight of caregiving, combined with the unresolved grief from her declining career, proved overwhelming. During this period, Barbara attempted to take her own life by cutting her wrists, a harrowing moment that underscored the depth of her despair. She was rushed to Cedars-Sinai Hospital, where she received medical care and began to recover physically. However, the emotional scars remained, and Barbara found it increasingly difficult to rebuild her life. The media, once enamored with Barbara's charm and talent, began to shift its focus to the darker aspects of her story. Tabloids speculated about her mental health and personal life, with headlines casting her as a tragic figure struggling to navigate the pressures of fame and personal loss. Fans who had admired her in films like All About Eve and June Bride were heartbroken by the reports, many writing letters of support, urging Barbara to find strength and reminding her of the impact she had made on their lives. In January 1967, Barbara Bates endured the most profound loss of her life, the death of her husband, Cecil Cohn, after a prolonged battle with cancer. Cecil, who had been her partner in both life and career, played a pivotal role in shaping her path to stardom. His unwavering support had anchored Barbara during the highs and lows of her tumultuous journey in Hollywood. Without him, she felt unmoored, her grief so overwhelming that it left her struggling to find stability. Seeking solace, Barbara returned to her hometown of Denver, a place far removed from the glittering chaos of Hollywood. There, she distanced herself from the fame that had once defined her, taking on everyday jobs as a secretary, dental assistant, and hospital aide. These roles, though humble, were an effort to rediscover a sense of normalcy, a life where she wasn't a star but simply Barbara Bates. For fans, the idea of the glamorous actress working such modest jobs seemed incongruous, yet it highlighted her humanity and her desperate search for peace. In December 1968, a flicker of hope appeared when Barbara married her childhood friend, sportscaster William Reed. Having known each other before the fame and heartbreak, Reed seemed to offer a connection to a simpler, happier time. Friends and family were optimistic about the marriage, believing that the stability Reed provided could help Barbara heal from the wounds of her past. The media painted her marriage to William Reed as a fairy tale ending, with headlines celebrating her return to happiness. Friends, however, noted that Barbara still carried the emotional weight of her past. Despite the hope surrounding her new chapter, her struggles with depression remained a constant shadow. The media, too, picked up on this narrative, with headlines celebrating her new beginning and speculating about the fresh start she had seemingly found. Yet beneath the surface, Barbara's inner struggles persisted. The weight of her grief over Cohn's death, compounded by years of battling depression, remained a constant shadow. Despite the outward appearance of happiness, Barbara found it difficult to reconcile her past and present. Her attempts to move forward were met with the unrelenting pull of her unresolved pain and mental health challenges. The tragedy of Barbara's life reached its devastating conclusion just months after her second marriage. On a fateful day, Barbara was found dead in her car in the garage of her home. Authorities ruled her death as carbon monoxide poisoning, a harrowing end to a life marked by both extraordinary achievements and profound hardship. She was only 43 years old and pregnant at the time of her death, a detail that added even greater sorrow to an already heartbreaking story. The news of Barbara Bates's passing sent shockwaves through Hollywood and her fan base. In Denver, fans organized a candlelight vigil in her memory. Across Hollywood, colleagues shared memories of Barbara's talent and potential, lamenting the loss of such a promising star. Fans lit candles outside her Denver home, while former colleagues shared heartfelt tributes. One director wrote, "We lost not just an actress, but a soul who had so much left to give. For those who had admired her talent and beauty on screen, it was nearly impossible to reconcile the vibrant actress from All About Eve with the woman who had faced so many private battles. For those who had admired her talent and beauty on screen, it was nearly impossible to reconcile the vibrant actress from All About Eve with the woman who had faced so many private battles." Tributes poured in from fans who mourned the loss of a star they felt they had known. "Barbara's light was too bright for this world," one admirer wrote in a letter published in a local paper. "Her performances brought us joy, but we failed to see the pain behind her smile." The Hollywood community also expressed its sorrow. Former colleagues remembered Barbara as a dedicated actress with immense potential, whose career had been cut short too soon. "She had a spark that could light up the screen," one director remarked. "It's heartbreaking to think of what she might have achieved if she'd been able to overcome her struggles." Barbara Bates's life was a mix of great success and personal challenges, making her story both inspiring and heartbreaking. Her iconic performance in All About Eve remains a cornerstone of cinematic history, a role that continues to captivate audiences with its subtle brilliance. Despite appearing in just the final moments of the film, Barbara's portrayal of Phoebe, a young woman mirroring Eve Harrington's ambition, brought the story full circle. Critics hailed her ability to convey complex emotions with a single look, solidifying her as an actress of immense promise. For fans of classic Hollywood, Barbara's work is more than just entertainment. It's a source of inspiration. Letters from admirers during her lifetime often spoke of how her performances resonated with them personally. "Barbara Bates gave us moments of magic," one fan wrote in a tribute published in a 1950s film magazine. "She made us feel her emotions, and that's what true talent is all about." Her fan base, though modest compared to some of her contemporaries, was fiercely loyal, and they championed her as an underdog who deserved more recognition. Her struggles behind the scenes, however, tell a different story, one that resonates deeply with today's audiences. Barbara's story resonates today as the entertainment industry begins to prioritize mental health. Her struggles serve as a reminder of the importance of compassion and understanding for those battling unseen challenges. In an era when discussions about mental health were virtually non-existent, Barbara's battle with depression and mood swings was largely misunderstood by the media and the public. In an era when discussions about mental health were virtually non-existent, Barbara's battle with depression and mood swings was largely misunderstood by the media and the public. Tabloids often focused on her erratic behavior, turning her challenges into gossip fodder while glossing over the immense pressures she faced. This lack of understanding underscores the human cost of fame, particularly for women in Hollywood's golden age, who were often expected to maintain an image of perfection both on and off screen. In recent years, Barbara's story has gained renewed attention, sparking conversations about the importance of mental health awareness. Documentaries and retrospectives on Hollywood's hidden struggles have highlighted her as an example of the emotional toll that fame can exact. Social media platforms have also played a role in preserving her legacy, with fans sharing clips from All About Eve and discussing how her performance continues to influence modern actresses. Actors like Jessica Chastain and Cate Blanchett have cited Barbara's ability to convey complexity with minimal dialogue as a source of inspiration. "She didn't need long monologues or elaborate scenes," one actress remarked in a tribute. "Barbara could communicate everything with her eyes. That's a rare gift." For many, Barbara's untimely death at the age of 43 is a haunting reminder of the fragility of life and the pressures of maintaining a public persona. Her loss was deeply felt by those who had followed her journey, from her rise as a shy girl from Denver to her moments of brilliance in Hollywood. Barbara Bates's death was like a light going out too soon, a contemporary columnist wrote. She had so much more to give, and the world will never know the full extent of her talent. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of Barbara Bates's life and legacy. Her performance in All About Eve remains one of the most iconic moments in film history, showcasing her immense talent and potential. While her story is filled with both triumph and tragedy, it serves as a powerful reminder of the pressures of stardom and the importance of mental health awareness. If you found Barbara's story compelling, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more tales from Hollywood's golden age. Let us know your favorite Barbara Bates performance in the comments below. See you in the next video.